what have you. So these are actually pegged. Oh, okay, we're being live streamed on Facebook, so that's good. So these are pegged based off a stable currency, and in most cases, it's the US dollar. There's other currencies, there's the pound and there's the euro, but these are lesser known. So the ones that are commonly known, USDC and USDT, Tether, are pegged onto the US dollar, which is a stable currency. It has been stable for the past, how long? Apollo, do you know how long the dollar has been in existence? 100+ years. Yeah, so by the backing of the American government and the American military, it's kept stable. So it has this whole machinery, and these stable coins are best pegged onto that currency, and they work in such a way that the amount of stable, so the companies that issue these stable coins have to keep that same amount of dollars, say in near cash assets like bonds and bills. The commonly known one, Circle, is the one that, how do I say, mints USDC, and it keeps an equivalent amount of what is in exchange of USDC in cash reserves as well. So when you see on any crypto exchange, you see $1 of USDC, know that there is $1 equivalent of that USDC in the real world. And that's why it's called a stable currency, a stable coin. So I think we have a good number of people. Let me play a quick video that I wanted to share that explains quite quickly in 5 minutes what a stable coin is, and then we can have a proper discussion around that, how they were formulated, their use cases, and then Apollo can go into what Luno is doing with them, how we can access them here in Uganda. And the best thing about stable coins at the moment is that you can actually earn from them, as opposed to, same as crypto, but this, because they're stable, it's basically like how, I don't know how many of you have a unit trust or a savings account. So you can look at it like a high yield savings account that you can earn on your USDC while it's on the exchange. Also, these can be used to move money. They are quicker. As opposed to sending your BTC to another exchange, you can move your USDC. So you can even use them for money movement. You can use them for payments. We've seen many vendors are now starting to accept BTC, but because of its volatility, most of them are going to end up preferring accepting stable coins. Because you know that if I'm going to buy a Tesla today at $30,000, because of USDC, it will be $30,000 even in March. With Bitcoin, you don't know. It could be 100,000, it could be 10,000. So stablecoins are preferable for merchants in that way. And yeah, because of less volatility. So let me play this video. Let me share my screen. Thank you everyone for joining, though. We really appreciate it. Okay.
Was still transferable and tradable as a crypto. that there's a white plumber's van across our road for 3 days now, we do want to say that this video was made for education and entertainment purposes only. Anything you do outside of this video is on you. We just want to help you make the most educated decisions. Welcome to Whiteboard Crypto, where we explain the topics of cryptocurrency using analogies, stories, and examples so that you can easily understand them. We usually make a joke about it being so simple that your grandparents can understand it, but we're running out of ideas. So today we want to explain what stablecoins are and how you can best use them to leverage your crypto trades. First off, what is a stablecoin? A stablecoin is technically a utility token built upon another coin's blockchain. If you don't know the differences between what a coin and a token is, you should definitely check out our video on that topic. But the entire goal of a stablecoin is to create a cryptocurrency that isn't volatile and doesn't change price. Stablecoins, they offer the convenience, privacy, and security of crypto while offering the stability and trust of fiat money. Just like here at Whiteboard Crypto, where we try to offer the best of both worlds. Education about crypto and entertainment using stories and examples. That way you're not bored through the entire video. By the way, if you haven't already, you should click that like button because it helps keep our motivation to create more videos stable. A stablecoin is pegged to the US dollar and should always equal $1, theoretically. Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, was actually created to be used as a store of value. However, since it's not widely adopted and there aren't very many regulations on it yet, the price fluctuates a lot. So much so that it is classified as a speculative investment. So what if you want to store money using crypto technology, but you don't want to risk your investment with the price fluctuations of crypto in today's world? Well, you can use a trusted stablecoin. Before we get too deep into stablecoins, you first need a refresher on the differences between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange. A centralized exchange is an exchange that is owned by one entity, like Coinbase, but they allow you to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Since they are a company, they are technically regulated by the government that they answer to. On the other hand, a decentralized exchange is an exchange that is not run by a company. Instead, they are ran by code. Changes to the exchange only happen when the code is changed. And due to their decentralized nature, a government cannot regulate, control, or even shut them down like they could do to Coinbase. Using stablecoins, you can trade back and forth from Ethereum to a stablecoin, from that stablecoin to Bitcoin, from that Bitcoin back to another stablecoin, whenever you want using a decentralized exchange. This way, you don't have to pay as many fees, you don't have to wait as long, or you don't have to worry about the government tracking or canceling your transactions as if you would have to do as if you used a centralized exchange. Now, this is actually a really good advantage of stablecoins. Let's say you purchase 100 Bitcoins for $100. Bitcoin then goes up to $10,000 per coin. So you sell 50 Bitcoins for $500,000. So you trade 50 of those Bitcoins to DAI or USDC, which are stable coins, for $500,000. And then you hold it when you can then buy back at a lower price. It's almost like a cryptocurrency savings account. Stable coins are also beneficial when investing on platforms like Aave or Compound, where you can actually earn interest on your crypto assets. You don't have to worry about the price fluctuations. 20% APR in Ethereum does not matter. Later. The pros of a fiat collateralized stablecoin is that they are quite stable, much more than the alternative. However, they do have problems. The first is that the money required to put up for each USDT cannot be invested. This could be millions of dollars for that company that are not earning interest. Another problem is someone at the company could embezzle or steal a bunch of that collateral. And one last problem, specifically that Tether faces, is that it's very difficult to prove that you own the total amount of collateral. Let's move on to the second method, because as an alternative to the fiat collateralization method, some stablecoins are controlled by smart contracts. Some people call this algorithmically pegged stablecoins. Now, the benefit of this method is that it is very easy to audit. You just take a look at the smart contract code. Another benefit is that there's no physical assets to steal. However, some of the problems can seem much worse. Smart contract controlled stablecoins are usually much more volatile, simply due to how they work. What they do is they must manipulate the supply of their coins to adjust the price. Now, the algorithm differs among each stablecoin, but there are three main algorithms. We may actually make an entire video about these three specific algorithms. One changes the amount of coin in your wallet each time that you check it, so that the value stays roughly the same, $1. The second system uses a money printer and a bond reward system to adjust the price to $1. A third is very similar to the second, however, it uses something called coupons. Again, you should click that subscribe button if you haven't already and turn on notifications, because we will be coming out with a video specifically on these three algorithms and how they work. Moving on though, how do you buy a stablecoin? In short, stablecoins are bought and sold on exchanges, both centralized and decentralized. It's very easy to buy Tether or DAI or Usdc on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Gemini. Another method is you could buy something like Ethereum on Coinbase, transfer it to your private wallet, and then use a decentralized exchange like Uniswap and trade that ETH into a stablecoin. Now it's time to be a little more pessimistic around the topic of stablecoins. While stablecoins do have good traits around them, there are a few things that you should think about before fully ditching your savings account and tossing all your savings into a stablecoin. First is the lack of insurance. When you put your money into a bank, savings, or checking account, it is actually insured by the government, at least if you're in the USA. Some banks are FDIC insured, meaning they'll repay up to $250,000 worth of money that is stolen or lost from the bank to you. Stablecoins do not have this advantage yet. If a company that started and is operating that stablecoin goes bankrupt, then you'll most likely lose all of your investment and be left empty-handed. Secondly, we have to bring back up the collateralization issue. Remember how we said that there were rumors that Tether may actually not be backed by true cash? If they aren't, and that scares people, the price could fluctuate a lot. It could even cause it to be unpegged to $1 because Tether is only worth what people think it is worth. And right now, that is $1. If the belief changes, then the value changes. So coming to a conclusion, stablecoins are a great advancement for cryptocurrencies at the current moment, and we're excited to see where they go from here. If you're putting your money into them, we recommend to be cautious, and as always, always do your own research. As we end this video, we want to thank you for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. We really hope that you learned something. And most importantly, for the YouTube algorithm, we hope to see you next time.
Oh. Hello. Hi, everyone. We are back. I hope that was super informative.
Where fortunes can be made overnight. In 2020.
Indeed, cryptocurrency where fortunes can be made overnight. So that was like a quick explainer for stablecoins. Essentially, they are backed by another currency. We could have, I remember someone giving me that idea because right now there's the e-Naira and there's also NGN on one of the African exchanges. Someone was giving me an idea to have a digital shilling so that we can have, you know, instead of exchanging our money from UGX and then going through that whole process, we can have a digital shilling. But I guess Apollo will go in depth into that. And that would be backed by, the Ugandan shilling. But with the way things are moving, many central banks are actually going to have their own stablecoins because this is a wave that is going to take over many economies. We can see some are already adopting Bitcoin, El Salvador, and because of Bitcoin's volatility, it wouldn't be the wisest thing to have it as your central currency. Oh gosh, I'm seeing here, lost sound on the video. I'm very sorry, but I unmuted at some point and I hope the gist of it was gotten. So yes, Apollo, stablecoins on Luno, do you have like sort of an explainer video of how to use them on Luno. How do we get them on Luno? What, you have USDC, why not Tether? Why not Gemini coin? Yeah, and then if I have my USDC on Luno, then what? Melissa, please unmute.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sharifa.
Yeah.
Thank you for that informative video as well. I'd just like to touch on a few points from that video that may not have been clear. So as Juliana mentioned, stablecoins are designed to be cryptocurrencies that are stable, essentially currencies issued on a blockchain that, unlike the unregulated, purely software-driven or network-driven stable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatnot, stablecoins are designed to maintain a stable price. And there are three major ways that they maintain a stable price. One is by backing them with a hard currency that is most stable. The most popular is the US dollar. Indeed, the value of the US dollar has changed over the years and over the decades, but overall, it is more stable than a vast majority of the currencies around the world. That's why it is easy. You could sell you could get a quotation for a car from Japan for maybe $20,000, and you pay for it, and maybe you come back and check in 2 months' time, and it's still around $20,000 equivalent, as opposed to if you got the first quotation in Bitcoin and you check 2 months later, the price could be a little bit different. So the first type are collateralized by a stable currency. Then the second type are collateralized by an asset, right? So the ones collateralized by a stable currency could be like USDC and USDT, which is the most popular and the most liquid of them, meaning a lot more people trade it every day. Then the others, some are backed by commodities, like gold is supposed to be even more stable than the US dollar. Stable meaning price fluctuation over time. So you have some like the PAX-G, that is a cryptocurrency that is backed by a reserve of gold somewhere, and there is supposed to be a number of them. It could be backed by diamonds, anything that maintains a sort of stable value. And then there are others that are what we call algorithmic. These are not backed by a hard currency or an asset, but there is a software program that buys and sells the quantity of crypto issued in order to sort of maintain the value at a fixed price, maybe make it track the value of the US dollar, right? So of all this, the fiat would be among the most stable. Like if you see the value, the price of maybe USDC on a chart, if you go to like CoinMarketCap and you check the price of USDT or USDC over a while, you'll see it looks like a little heartbeat line, you know, it just goes, but then it circulates around one line. Whereas if you see Bitcoin, it will go up, down, it'll be a lot more volatile. Then the least stable of these stable coins, of course, is the algorithmic ones. Some of them are even backed by other cryptocurrencies, and you know that this change in value rapidly, and so they're more susceptible to price fluctuation. So since we have covered what a stable coin is in general, maybe we need to think about why stable coins, right? So people initially hoped Bitcoin would act as a currency from the get-go. One of the key features of a currency is stability, because it's meant to be like a proper store of value. I could quote for a service for it, and I know by the time I've finished providing the service, my quote is still valid. But then because of the unregulated nature of Bitcoin, and also just because it is young, it has tended to have a lot more volatility. And so because you can issue new cryptocurrencies on a blockchain, that's when people started doing stablecoins. And so currently, the biggest use of stablecoins like the USDT and the Usdc is actually on exchanges, right? And you'll find in some of the big exchanges, including Luno, you'll have Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum trading against the USDT. And it first of all just makes it easier because of the volatility of Bitcoin, sometimes you want to get away from the volatility. So for example, you're a day trader, and I've had a Nigerian trader say that the price of a crypto may fluctuate overnight when you're sleeping, right? And it could affect your position. And so you may want to capture your winnings in a stable coin and then go back to the crypto the next time, or the next time you're trading, right? And in a season like this, where the price of Bitcoin has and many cryptos have dropped severely, there's many traders who would move a portion of their portfolio to stable coins in order to just avoid the volatility, or until they're sure of what is happening in the market. That's when they get in, right? And then sometimes so your option would be, if say you're trading maybe Uganda shillings and Bitcoin, so an option would be either you sell your Bitcoin for Uganda shillings if you can store it on that exchange, or sometimes you may need to withdraw it off the exchange and then put it back in the exchange later, and then you'll incur transaction fees and delays. But you could keep your stablecoin on the exchange because it looks just like another cryptocurrency without having to incur the cost of moving, like fiat money, which would be Uganda shillings, on and off the exchange, right? So that is one thing that people use stablecoins for, to protect against volatility in the crypto markets. The next thing is to protect against local currency devaluation, right? So if I look ahead and see the Kenya shilling or the Uganda shilling or the Naira is going to enter turbulent times, either because we're entering an electioneering season like we are in Kenya, and I anticipate the economy is going to tank a little bit for a little while, I would normally rush for the US dollar, right? But then there's a whole process of buying the US dollar through Forex bureaus or banks. But because I have maybe crypto, I could choose to just convert my crypto or my shillings into USDC. Easier to buy, easier to hold, right? So that is one use that people make of stablecoins. You hold it to protect against evaluation of the local currency. Then also, sometimes, say for inward remittances, right? So you could try doing trading. Someone sending you remittances from abroad with Bitcoin, but then you may be affected by fluctuation of Bitcoin price, or you want to receive a payment from somewhere, right? So USDT or a stablecoin will give you the same advantages as trading in, say, US dollar, but because it is digital, it will move much faster, right? moving dollars from Uganda to US to maybe Kenya could take, a couple of hours or a few days, but using a stable coin will take a few minutes. All right. So it is fast, and then the fees are much lower on cryptocurrency networks generally. Then, as you can see, this essentially allows everyone to operate in the global economy with the same, currency, right? I can have USDC in my mobile wallet. I can use it to send to a trader in China if I'm importing products I want to sell in Uganda, right? Or if I'm in Uganda and someone wants to buy my bananas, my matoke from Kenya, it is just easy to accept USDC or a stable coin because first, I don't have to go and set up complex payment processes if I don't have a bank account, or it is cumbersome to use a bank account, or it is cumbersome to get mobile money cross-border. If these people have a stable coin, and I know in Uganda I can easily convert my USDT or USDC into Uganda shillings, then I can just quote in the stable coin, receive my payment in seconds. I don't have to incur the cross-border money transfer fees that I normally would. So it opens up global payments. It protects against local currency devaluation. It makes cheaper cross-border and inward remittances. And so the general thinking is that people will gravitate towards a medium of exchange that both preserves value and is more flexible. And so when you have a stable coin that is globally acceptable, preserves your purchasing power because it is not going to devalue like your local currency would, then the stable coin makes a really strong value proposition. So both for traders and for just people doing commerce across border or receiving remittances, or people just protecting themselves from local currency devaluation. So what you would normally do is have your local currency, have your equity, your stocks, have your bonds, and then you also have a hard currency. So a stablecoin gives you a way to hold a hard currency, right? And then also depending on where you are trading your crypto, stablecoins make it a lot easier. So if you wanted, say you got access to a global cryptocurrency exchange that has a lot of pairs that you want, some of this will allow you to deposit USD, US dollar hard, right? So you go to your bank account and you issue a telegraphic transfer in favor of that exchange, and then you wait a few days and pay a lot of money. Instead of doing that, you just send US a stable coin, right? It'll arrive in a few minutes. You'll have a lot less fees to incur, and you can easily buy stable coins locally. Now, on Luno, we have USDC. So the biggest, most popular stablecoin right now is USDT. And then there's also USDC, which is short for US dollar coin. The difference is the issuing entity. They're both supposed to be backed 1-to-1 by the US dollar, but then there have been questions around the integrity of the USDT. The issuing institution has been a little reluctant, sometimes a little slow to provide audits or to guarantee that for every tether that they issue, every USDT that they issue, there is $1 worth of value backing it. So because USDC is backed by a reliable financial institution, and USDC can also be issued by other financial institutions. So and they have sort of regular audits. It is a more trustworthy stable coin, because remember, when you're investing in a stable coin, you're actually trusting the institution that has issued it, that they are going to have the amount of collateral that is needed for that stable coin, and that this collateral is going to be protected, right? It's not going to be squandered, right? and that they don't, they don't overissue cryptos that don't match the collateral they have, that sort of thing, right? So in this regard, we decided that a USDC is a more superior stable coin, is a more stable product, is the sort of thing that we want to, as Luno, to expose our customers to. As you'll notice on Luno, we're also a little picky on the coins that we have. But we are going to increase this portfolio very, very shortly. You're going to have a lot more stable coins. So we just looked and decided maybe what we think we would be happy to expose our customers to would be USDC. And that is why we have it, right? So on Luno, you could buy and sell, you can buy USDC with your Uganda shillings, open up your account, go through the verification process, deposit through bank transfer, and within, I think within 2 to 4 months, you're going to be able to deposit and withdraw with mobile money. And then you just go through to the wallet or through the exchange. I may not go through those features right now. And you buy your USDC, and you could hold it, you could transfer it wherever you want, but also importantly, you could put it in a savings wallet. This is a feature that we have that allows you to earn interest on your cryptos. So far, for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, and for USDC. So imagine the scenario. Maybe you are buying USDC because you're afraid of devaluation of the local currency, right? So you could have a potential devaluation, right? And then secondly, if you are holding a lot of your currency in a savings account, a lot of times the bank is going to give you a lower interest than inflation, meaning the amount that you're holding is still going to devalue, right? But then, so now you have a stable coin that is going to be a lot more resistant to devaluation. And then in the Luno savings wallet, you can earn up to 7.6% per annum for just holding USDC in the savings wallet, right? That is the target amount. It could fluctuate, but it is an interest that accrues daily, and then it is paid out monthly to your account, right? So you have lots of advantages with, first of all, accessing a more stable coin, and then also the possibility of earning an interest on it with Luno. Yes, I think that's the long and short of stablecoins and Luno.
Okay.
Happy to pick up some questions. I see Pam has asked a question.
Yeah, Pam says she's struggling to get the savings wallet to earn interest.
Okay, so Pam, the target interest rate for USDC is 7.6% per annum. Okay. Now this interest accrues daily, but it is only credited to your account after 30 days at the end of the month. Okay, so you will see the interest coming, growing daily, but it will only reflect after 30 days. And then you can withdraw it to that.
Okay. Gladys is asking, can stable coins be staked?
You could have a platform. So Luno does not provide a staking service. But then I believe there are stable coins like DAI, which is an algorithmic stable coin. That means a stable coin that is backed by other cryptocurrencies and then some code maybe. To maintain the stability, they could depend on people who stake, right? You deposit some, because they are over collateralized. So for example, if you issue $1,000 worth of maybe DAI, they want to have about $2,000 or $3,000 worth of Ethereum in order to back it, so that when there's a fluctuation, they can still maintain that stable value, and they'll depend on someone to provide that Ethereum deposit and then share a fee with them. So in that case, if you go to specific stable coins like maybe DAI, and I think a few others, you have the potential to do staking, but then you can't do staking on Luno.
Okay. Then Mel asked, what are some platforms to start trading stablecoins? Does Luno have that option?
Yes. So you could trade USDC on Luno. Actually, I think every single exchange and many centralized exchange and many decentralized exchanges also have stable coins there if you want to trade. Of course, it's easy to do it on Luno because you could easily buy your USDC for Uganda shillings and then sell your USDC for Uganda shillings.
Okay. Yeah. So far, those are the questions. The rest I answered in chat. Someone asked if you can transfer your BTC directly to USDC on Luno.
So you don't transfer BTC to USDC. You trade your BTC to USDC, which you can do on Luno. You exchange. Yes, that you can do on Luno. So you can do both. You can buy USDC with Bitcoin, or with Ethereum, or with Uganda shillings, and you could sell your USDC for any of these cryptocurrencies, including Uganda shillings.
Yeah. So I think.
So since there isn't a question, I will ask a question. So as someone living in Uganda, reality of Uganda, either you're a trader or an individual or a student, how would you envision using a stablecoin?
Let me ask Mel. Mel, are you still on the call? Because she said loving the concept of stablecoins so far. So Mel, what did you particularly love about the concept of stablecoins? Oh, I think she went off the call.
You could pick a random person in the audience.
Bobby, Sam, someone has asked, could it be possible for Luno to add a UGX USDC pair?
Okay, possible. We just need to establish demand. But then what you need to do to access it is just go to the wallet and then just choose to buy USDC, and then it'll ask how you want to pay for it. You choose your shillings wallet or your dollar wallet. But then this is something that we could consider, if there's sufficient demand for it, yeah, why not? So It is not on the exchange as a trading pair, but it is accessible in the wallet as something you just buy or sell.
Okay. Bobby has answered. He has said, I'd use USDC to settle cross-border payments.
Be specific, Bobby. Do you do cross-border trade? Maybe we could unmute him.
Melissa, could you unmute Bobby?
Hi, Mo. I don't, just to answer the question, I don't do cross-border trade, but I do have clients in the region and overseas to whom I offer services. And I've only had one client paying via USDC, but I'm looking to onboard all my clients to adopt either Tether or USDC as a quicker means of settling their payments for some of the services that I offer. But it's a struggle trying to be an evangelist and tell people the benefits of some of these things. But yeah, that's at least I've had at least one client from whom we settled via USD. I think we used Tether, sorry, not USDC. We used USDT.
All right, thanks, Bobby. And by the way, I mean, what Bobby's mentioned is actually really important, because we know for those who do gig work, those who do online work, you realize that for the longest time, PayPal has not rated many African countries very well. So it has been a process. You work online, customer pays you US dollar to your PayPal account, and then it is sweat, blood, and tears receiving those dollars in your PayPal account to your Uganda shilling to your bank, right? Either they suspect you, they shut down your account, or it takes a few days to transfer. They take out a 2.5% fee. If it is transferred to your bank, there's another fee to pay. Your bank will wonder where you're receiving your dollars from. I think, and it is just a matter of time before USDC becomes popular for gig work, for online work. It actually makes so much sense because it is very easy to convert stable coins to Uganda shillings in Uganda. So being able to quote for your services or your products in USDC just makes you part of the global economy easily. Less fees, faster settlement.
Actually, I can't wait for like popular stores to start accepting USDC. Even basic payments like Netflix. Here you have to have a card. Sometimes you have trouble. Our cards, we have majorly, there's some banks that offer MasterCard. I think one bank offers MasterCard, the rest offer Visa, but even that is still not a verified way. And then I'm speaking from personal experience. I struggled getting a virtual card there's an app, a payments app that provides virtual cards. That didn't work. I tried Airtel and MTN mobile money. They also provide virtual cards. Those didn't work. And I was thinking, my God, I wish these stores could accept USDC. This would not be a problem. Like it totally reroutes, you go around the formal financial system. And like I say, I'm passionate about this thing because we have been locked out of that system for the longest time. And this is our opportunity to be part of it through these ways. So Mel says, I second Bobby, cross-border payments, e.g. paying for courses. Imagine even paying for courses, paying to study abroad. There are so many things, paying for your IELTS, paying for your TOEFLs, paying for just even applications. Like you want to go to study abroad, you have to look. I remember there's a time I had to look for someone with a Visa card to pay for, I wanted to do a course online, the Cisco courses, you have to pay for it and you have to use a Visa card. So there are so many things where you can't even, there's no option of depositing a bank account. So USDC would provide such a great, convenient alternative for things like this. So she's saying yes to pay for courses, virtual services, and to receive payments as well. What I know for a fact is the Chinese community, the people who are doing trade, they've really gone out of their way. They're using USDC and USDT. They are not using the banking system anymore. They send $10,000 to China, 10,000 USDC. They get back. They can trade easily amongst each other. They don't have to go to a bank, change to one, all of that. And you need this, right now, the world is moving at such a fast pace, you need to pay for something instantly. So payment should be at a click of a button that someone has gotten their payment already. But banking takes 3-5 days. 3-5 days, things have changed. And right now we are in we're still in a transitionary state of the globe. 3-5 days, things can change. Airline routes can change. Borders can be closed. In 3-5 days, you wake up and one country says, we're no longer accepting airlines from this particular nation. Imagine Dubai just allowed us back in, I think like a week ago. We were cut out of Dubai for, imagine how many days. Now, imagine if you are a trader in situation, things change so fast, and your business needs to move as fast as you. So you need to send your payments instantly. You see something, I want those funds. You send your money, the person puts the funds on the plane immediately. But now if you're sending a bank transfer in 5 days, my gosh, that's not business anymore. Yeah. So that's why, someone has asked, apart from China, what other transactions today in Uganda are using USDC? So I've given an example. There's traders in Dubai that are using USDC, China using USDC, Nigeria using USDC. You can send USDC to Kenya, basically anywhere where there's another exchange. It doesn't even have to be Luno. You can send to Coinbase, you can send to Kraken, you can send there, I think, over 500 exchanges. And you can
if
send.
If you're receiving payment, if you're receiving even remittances from friends and family abroad, you could also do that in USDC, because this is widely available in those markets, and you can receive it and easily convert it into Uganda shillings, right?
Into Uganda shillings, yeah. So that's really the beauty of these stable coins.
JB asked a question. He said, thanks guys for the session. Could you have hands on? So JB, we're going to have a Luno launch on the 14th. I'll try and make it 13th. I'm sure 14th February, a few people will not be available. So we're going to have a hands-on session. I'll show you how to deposit your USDC into savings wallet, also how to move it around. So thanks, JB. I'll take a note of that.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to check the time. I think we've overshot our time. I don't know if there are any other questions. I'm just so happy. I'd like to thank everyone. Everyone that we started with is still on the call, all 16 people. So I'm happy no one dropped. That means that what we're saying made sense for you. And wow, we have another question. Okay, can Bobby's question be the last? Because it's even very complex. Apollo, share a little about corporate stable coins. What are your thoughts on Facebook's failed DM project?
So a good number of corporate stablecoins. USDC is backed by a corporation. USDT is backed by a corporation. Because remember, for a lot of stablecoins, except maybe the algorithmic one, even those, they're a bit centralized. They're not like Bitcoin, that is just a pure network of miners. There has to be somebody who issues it and stores the collateral, right? So if the collateral is not other cryptocurrencies which can be locked up in a smart contract, then either they need to be saved in a vault if it is commodities, or they need to be stored in a bank account if it is fiat currencies. So corporate stablecoins dominate the scene. And so that's why we go to a second level of analysis. So how stable is this corporation? Is it just one single corporation like USDT, or is it a network of corporations that can just join in, meet some certain requirements, and then issue that stable coin like USDC, right? And you know, we can tell those two are really, really successful, right? Facebook has problems that go a lot deeper because they've had really major trust issues. And then also just because they are completely huge on the social scene. They have everyone's information, almost everyone's information, and they have not been very good custodians of this information. They have been an easy target for politicians who are curious about crypto. And so that's why the DM project has faced all these challenges, and they've had to spin it out. I think they had to spin it out into a different entity separate from Facebook. They had even to rebrand Facebook into another entity. So the failure of or so-called failure, it hasn't really failed yet. I think they're still going to pursue it. I think we've seen recently they're going to be doing NFTs, creation, trading, and so the stablecoin could find space there. I think they also trialing another country. I don't know that it was India. I forget. But then it's just been dogged with trust issues that emanate from the trust issues that Facebook itself, now Meta, faced. Otherwise, I mean, even DAI is issued by an organization. There have been a few on other platforms. Traders come in and they deposit either they deposit Bitcoin or Ethereum, but then those have a lot less liquidity. And when the crypto has low liquidity, then it is subject to a lot more manipulation, a lot more volatility. So I think corporate stablecoins have spoken for themselves. Just look at the volumes they trade every day and the market capitalization.
Yeah, actually, it's good to see. Every day I actually check on CoinDesk, which is one of the biggest online magazines about crypto, and they list their top 20 cryptos of the day every day. And in those top 20, I think USDC is always 4 or 5 because of its market capitalization. It's quite huge right now, USDC and USDT. So that just shows you how many people have trust in it. And an essential thing for a currency is trust. That's actually the number one property of a currency, trust. Because if no one trusts the currency, for example, the one in Zimbabwe, it lost trust, so no one's using it, they're using the US dollar. So if no one has trust in a currency, then there's no utility for it. And the beauty with USD, right now, it has a high level of trust. Yeah. Is asking, and this is last question because we are going to go into 9 about this, right? Is it possible to organize a webinar on careers in crypto? Yeah,
I think
yes, we've noted that.
Yes, we noted. I think we'll tackle this as well in the next talk on the 14th of February. We'll just have a little chat around potential ways of earning an income in crypto that go way even beyond trading and investing.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll also touch on that on I think 13th February.
Yeah, there's so much. It's a whole world out of there. You can actually earn from just even participating. There are platforms where you can do tasks and you're awarded with crypto because of that. You can educate, you can share. So there's so much you can develop. Now there's NFT, there's metaverse. It's going to be crazy. Like how you see the internet created so many careers. In 1990 or let's say 2000, who knew that influencers was going to be a career? Like, I never thought that when I was looking at the basic World Wide Web, when I was seeing my Yahoo, I didn't know at certain point I would follow someone on Instagram and they would make money off of that. So we don't even know what it is going to look like in 5 years from now. But as is always with these things, you always have to have a first mover advantage. The people who are on these platforms early are the ones who always benefit. You can see all the big influencers now, all the people who have like grown out of, unless you are lucky to be extremely unique, it's always first movers, the people who are fast, who are curious about these things and really just be curious, actually. It's a thing as Africans, we're not curious, but try to be curious, experiment, see, play with it, trade a bit, read up on it. And there's so much that you can gain out of it, outside of trading and investing. Yeah. So I think that was a good call. Apollo, last words. I'm seeing people are starting to drop off now.
Yes, thanks a lot,
say
Sharifa.
bye.
I think it was informative. I think just having little platforms where we can talk, even if we're few, we just talk
Yeah.
about practical use and how-tos of crypto is valuable. It contributes to education, which contributes to mass market adoption. So I thank you for organizing, and for everyone who attended. We shall be sending you $5 worth of Bitcoin from Luno. Sheriff will send you this soon. Others, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. And if you want a recap, this is on our Facebook pages and it's on our YouTube, and all of the past ones that we've done are also on our YouTube. So you can go there and catch up on. We did one on and explain on what is Bitcoin. So you can start there. And we are going to be doing many, many, many more of these because we want all of you to participate. We're not leaving you behind. Bye, guys.
Cheers. Good evening. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. It's been nice.